sśubhāṅgō lōkasāraṅgaḥ sutantustantuvardhanaḥ indrakarmā mahākarmā kṛtakarmā kṛtāgamaḥ.
The 84th stanza starts with sśubhāṅgāḥ. Shubha means Mangala, auspicious. Anga means parts. So sśubhāṅgāḥ means one who has got every part of him is captivating, enchanting, very beautiful. Bhagavan, in the Sundarkand of Valmiki Ramayana, when Hanumanji meets Sita, Sita asks Hanumanji to describe to her Rama's beauty, physical beauty. She wants him to describe. The very beautiful description is there. Hanumanji described the physical beauty of Rama to Sita. From the tip of his hair to the tip of his toenails, every aspect Hanumanji covers over there. See, Anga means part. Every part of it. Anga means part by part. Literally he goes part by part. He doesn't leave out any part of Bhagavan. Forehead, the ear, the eyes, the nose, the texture of the skin, how the nails are, how the tip of the nail is, how the hair is, how the tip of the hair is. Every part, every anga has been so beautifully described. Rama's beauty is described over there by Hanumanji to Sita. Probably that's why also it is called a Sundarkand. Sundara means beautiful. So sśubhāṅgāḥ, Shubha means beautiful, Mangala, very auspicious, very beautiful, very captivating, very enchanting. And when it comes to Bhagavan's beauty, it's not a beauty which comes and goes like our beauty. At this age she was so beautiful. Now, with age the beauty also goes down. A flower, it's beautiful when it is fresh, but after some time it droops. The beauty gone over there. Bhagavan's beauty doesn't come and go. It's eternal, everlasting, permanent it is. And how beautiful it is, the beauty of the beauties he is. Because he is the one who has created this beautiful world, sustains it, and then ultimately dissolves it away into himself also. That word Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, this is what it means. It is Sundaram, why? Because it is Satyam. That which is real alone is really beautiful, not that which comes and goes. Shivam, auspicious. That which is auspicious alone is beautiful. Inauspicious can never be beautiful. So the three go together. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. And in the case of Bhagavan, it's all. And when we have the darshan of the Lord, when a devotee has darshan of the Lord over there, it's so captivating, it's so enchanting, and with time the enchantment that a person feels, will it go down, will it die down? It will never. Every time we see the Lord, it looks like it's only now that I am seeing. So the beauty over there, it's not just beautiful. Nava means newness over there. It's not only long-lasting, everlasting, eternal, but there is the sense of newness over there also. So when we see something new, beautiful, we say, yes, it is beautiful. After some time, it's not new. I had seen it yesterday, I had seen it 1 hour ago. Therefore, the enthusiasm we feel, the happiness we feel, dies down or goes down. Bhagavan's beauty is not like that at all. How many ever times we see him? To whatever extent we keep on seeing him, it's still, there is a newness, nava, freshness and a newness over there. Again and again go back. Not only Bhagavan, in even the epics, Ramayana, it can be, the Mahabharata, it can be, the Bhagavad, it can be. How many ever times we read the Ramayana? The beauty of the Ramayana still is sustained in us. So next time we enter into it also, we won't feel that the boredom or the monotony that we will feel when we are reading a novel. It will look new, fresh to us. There will be a freshness over there. There will be a newness over there. That's called as real beauty. Bhagavan also is like that. Madhurashtakam, Madhuradipater Akhilam Madhuram. Everything about him is Madhura. Madhura means sweetness. Sweetness means beautiful. Eyes are beautiful. His hands are beautiful. What comes out of his hands means his activities, they are beautiful. His smile is beautiful. His laughter is beautiful. What he says is beautiful. When he walks, it's so beautiful. Everything about Bhagavan is so beautiful. So sśubhāṅgāḥ is an embodied, beauty personified, embodied is Rama or Krishna or Devi, whom we read about in our Puranas. So sśubhāṅgāḥ, Shubha again means Mangalatva, Shubhatva, Kalyanatva over there. Mangala Murati, Marutanandana we say. So Mangala Murti means of the form of Mangalatva. So auspiciousness, Mangalatva, Shubhatva. Let's say walking on 2 feet is Hanumanji, or walking on 2 feet is Rama or Krishna or Devi. Sundari Shri Lalita Mahatripura Sundari we say. So sśubhāṅgāḥ, lōkasāraṅgaḥ, again Anga means every part, which means all inclusive, nothing excluded. Loka means field of activity. How many lokas are there? You say, oh, our Bhuloka is one. Loka means field of activity. So right now we are in a satsang loka. It's a field of activity. For somebody else, if they are working in the kitchen, that is their field of activity. If somebody is walking on the road, evening walk, that is their field of activity. So in a classroom, it's a field of activity. In an office, it's a field of activity. Marketplace, field of activity. Our house is a field of activity where so many different fields of activities are there in it. Because in every room, different activities are going on. Our area is another big field of activity where in every cross, in every lane, in every main, there is a different type of activity going on. So area, then coming to district, then coming to city, then coming to district, state, country, extended. So many fields of activities we have. And when we say activity, it is dynamic. Nothing is static, frozen. No, it's dynamic. There is movement over there, there is flow over there. So loka means field of activity. For every field of activity to take place, we need something very, very important. For a meeting to take place, the chairman has to come, the president has to come. Without that, no meeting can take place. If for anything, the bank has to operate, the manager has to be there. A company has to operate, the CEO has to come. If the college or a school has to function, that day the principal has to come. So the principal becomes the president or the chairperson for that particular field of activity to happen. So every field of activity, something very, 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 very important and vital is needed. For all fields of activities to take place, we need something which is very, very important. What is that? That is called as sara, the essence. Even in a satsang field over there, satsang coming to we individuals, all of us individuals to be able to communicate, to transact, to either speak or to hear, something is there very, very important in something very, very vital, essential should be there in all of us. Otherwise, this individual field of activity called we all will not be functioning at all. The body has to function, mind has to function, intellect has to function. 3 fields of activity all packed into one. If all the 3 have to function, something should be there in us. What is it? Life should be there in us. That is called as sara, essence. It's just like the chairperson of a meeting or a president of a meeting. So if that is not there in us, the whole system will collapse. So it's called as sara, essence. Now that we may not be able to comprehend and apprehend it. Of course we are not able to. If somebody says, describe life, we will never be able to describe life as such. How to describe life to somebody else? But when we talk, When somebody says, how is your life going on? What is your life? How is life? What is life? All that we open our mouth and talk about is not about life. We are talking about life's manifestation, life's experiences, life's expressions. That which we can see and that which a person can understand when we are narrating it to them, or when we are performing something, they are able to see. So therefore there is a whole drama going on over there, because we are participating in it, they are seeing it, somebody is seeing, we are participating in it, and therefore emotions automatically come and overwhelm us. We may feel sad sometimes, we may feel happy sometimes, we feel joyful, we feel overwhelmed. So these are emotions that happen to us. That is called as rasa. Rasavat we say. Rasa is that, it belongs to the emotions. Rasa is that which we can easily comprehend and apprehend. We can make out whether a person is feeling sad or she is feeling happy or joyful. It shows in their face. So the emotion that they are feeling inside, which was unmanifest, now is manifest on their face. Rasavat we say. So rasa is that which we can comprehend and apprehend. If we reverse rasa, it becomes sara. Sara is that which is unmanifest. We can't comprehend it and we can't apprehend it with our equipment. Life, God is life. When we say, He is easily not available for all of us. Though we know God is there in us, though we know life is there in us, it's not available for us at all. But He is the essence in us. Life is the essence in us. Means God is the essence in us. Because of Him, we are able to function physically, mentally and intellectually. But we can't comprehend it and apprehend it. It's beyond our equipment. Sara is beyond equipment. If we reverse it, it becomes rasa. So unmanifest to manifest. Sara to rasa. So in all fields of activity, what is the essence because of which the activity takes place? Once it takes place and comes to a gross level, yes, then we can understand everything about it. Rasavat it becomes. Whether it is sad rasa or happy rasa, that is different. But before that, it was all in unmanifest state. Who is behind everything? Bhagavan alone is behind everything. Lōkasāraṅgaḥ. Anga means every part. For the God particle to remain as the God particle, God must be sitting in it as its essence, which we can't comprehend and apprehend. So atom is existing, molecules are existing, big gross bodies are existing, subtle also is there, our mind and its thoughts, the subtle intellect and its ideas and values, they're all subtle, but something must be there in it. Therefore, we are aware of what is happening at the intellectual level, what is happening at the mental level, what is happening at the intellectual level. So, who is it which makes it possible for us to understand and enjoy life? The rasa part. Sara must be there in all of us. That Sara for all fields of activity, whether it's in a field of activity outside of us or whether it's a field of activity within us, is Bhagavan alone. lōkasāraṅgaḥ. This is very beautifully depicted in the Rasa Krida. Krishna is there at the center. The center doesn't move. He is at it is the actionless one center where Krishna is. Krishna doesn't take part in the Rasa Krida at all. When he plays on his flute, Akarshana, he attracts the gopis. The gopis come and then they form a circle around him. Who are the gopis? It can be, if we consider the gopis as Jivatmas, Krishna becomes the Paramatma. If Bhagavan, if we consider him as Brahman, Gopi, different interpretations are there. Gopis also can do represent our thoughts. So therefore the gopis come and then form a circle around him. They are all very, very identified with Krishna and they connect with him. They connect so much with him that every gopi feels Krishna is next to her. Krishna is really not next to her, but she feels. So Krishna standing at the center is the pure consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanya. What the gopi is feeling next to her is the reflected consciousness. She sees him next to her. How does she see? She sees through her mind. So every gopi is the mind, and in the mind is the reflected consciousness, means Bhagavan functioning through equipment. So every gopi feels like that. Therefore we have alternate Gopi Krishna, Gopi Krishna, Gopi Krishna, Gopi Krishna. All of them are connected. Rasa Krida is a style of in Natya Shastra it comes. What dance is called as Rasa. So first of all, everybody has to form a circle. Circle means connected. And it has to be pairs. He, she, like that. So between two gopis, Krishna should be there. Between two Krishnas, one gopi should be there. And all of them have to hold hands. I mean, they have to connect. There's a way of connecting. At the shoulder level, at the waist level, they're all connected. And then they dance. Krishna at the center is not dancing. But Krishna, as seen at the circumference, along with the gopi, is dancing over there. Bhagavan in us, the Bhagavad Gita tells us, is not doing anything at all from his standpoint. But from our standpoint, he is neither a karta nor a bhokta. But from our standpoint, we say, yes, he is the one who is doing through me. He alone is the one who is enjoying through me. That is Krishna at the circumference of the circle. So this is called, so Rasa Krida over there is not just a dance which happened, which has been described in the Bhagavatam over there. The entire Rasa Krida is what is happening outside of us and inside of us. Externally, so big entire universe is nothing but a Rasa Krida happening. Bhagavan is there. Brahman, who can't be comprehended, can't be apprehended, all pervading, beyond space, beyond time, beyond cause effect relationship, beyond everything. But because he alone becomes the Prakriti and Purusha, two, Gopi and Krishna. Or he alone becomes the Kshara and Akshara, as given out by the 15th chapter. So the two is at the circumference, but at the center there is only one without a second. In one without a second, there is neither music, nor dance, nor drama. But when the two comes into the picture, there we have the music, dance and drama of life, whether it's a tragedy or whether it is a comedy. So the one, he himself becomes the two, and the two then associate themselves with each other, and then we have the Sara. So the entire, that's why it's called Rasa Krida. If we reverse the word Rasa over there, it is only Sara. So where all is Rasa Krida happening? It's happening everywhere. At every 14 worlds are there, at every loka level, at every, let's come back to our earth, at our earth level, huge earth, at continent level, at country level, state level, city level, area level, house level. So in our house, Rasa Kridas are going on. Why? Each one of us has got our own field of activity. So it's a small mini Rasa Krida happening. And that Rasa Krida is possible because our body-mind equipment is being illumined by Bhagavan who is there in us. But he doesn't take part in anything. From his standpoint, he doesn't do anything. But from our standpoint, we can say, yes, Bhagavan alone is doing. In the sense that without him, nothing is possible. So at all our levels, so each one of us is a Rasa Krida, is a moving Rasa Krida. Within us, at the mind level, the play of emotions in us. At the intellectual level, the play of ideas in us, the play of thoughts in us. All are small Rasa Kridas that are happening. Because that we can comprehend, apprehend, understand, share with people. We can experience it, whatever is happening at the physical, mental and intellectual level. Therefore, it is Rasa, Rasavat. But for all of that, we need the essence in us. Who is the essence? Paramatma alone is the essence in us. Without him, nothing is possible. So if the eyelids are opening and closing, it's a rasa krida. If we are talking, it is a rasa krida. If we are listening, it's another rasa krida. They're all fields of activity. How many fields of activities are there? A big field of activity will have so many fields of activity, mini fields of activities inside, mini rasa kridas inside. All of that is possible only when Paramatma is there with all of us. Whom can we comprehend and apprehend? No, we can't comprehend and apprehend. But we know he is there. Without him as the life in us, nothing is possible. Therefore, he is the very essence in us. So, lōkasāraṅgaḥ, every step, every point, nothing excluded, all inclusive, big or small, external, internal, gross, subtle, outside, inside, outside of us, inside of us, everywhere there are rasa kridas going on. That which is available for us, which we can comprehend and apprehend because of the sara that is there in us, the essence. And he is the essence in every field of activity. Thereby, and he makes that field of activity possible. He makes that field of activity, he brings it into manifestation. He makes it possible by sheer presence in it. Sakshimatra. Therefore, it is termed as essence. So, lōkasāraṅgaḥ, Bhagavan is. The third nama of the Lord in this 84th stanza is Sutantuhu. Sutantuhu means very beautifully expanded, which has become larger and larger. Basically, it means to expand. Whenever we add su, it means good, it means beautiful. So therefore, Sutantuhu means one which has very beautifully expanded. Who has expanded so beautifully? Bhagavan himself has expanded so beautifully to become everything and every being. So the example that is normally taken is cotton. We have cotton threads. We can't wear cotton threads. We have to make it into a piece of cloth. Therefore, what they do is they have vertical threads. Whether it is the hand looms or the machine looms, we can go and see. There are vertical threads which come from top to bottom, and then over and above that, through a shuttle, using a shuttle, the horizontal threads go in and through, from left to the right, and then from right to the left, again from left to the right, right to the left. Therefore, the vertical threads and the horizontal threads interlock themselves so beautifully, and the result is we get a piece of cloth. Basically, it is nothing but cotton threads. But we can't see any gaps over there. It is continuous. And also we know in a piece of cloth there can be lots of designs and things like that. It's called as warp and woof. These are the technical terms used, warp and woof. So we have the vertical threads and we have the horizontal threads also. Similarly also over here, what is the warp and woof of this creation? So the entire universe is considered as a piece of cloth, tapestry. It's like a beautiful carpet or a piece of cloth where there is a beautiful design on it. The entire creation. So there also we should have horizontal and vertical threads. So what is it that constitutes the vertical? What is it that constitutes the horizontal? Everything is Bhagavan himself. He is the warp and woof of this entire cloth called creation or cloth called life. So if we see the vertical threads remain constant. They don't change. They don't run about. In and through. So vertical threads are stationary or constant. It is the horizontal threads that go from left to the right and right to the left. They move. And as they are moving, they get into the vertical, they go in and through the vertical threads, and therefore we get that continuous piece of cloth over there. Similarly, Bhagavan also over here, in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, he says, I am both Kshara and Akshara, he says. Kshara means that which belongs to the realm of the change. Basically, Kshara means that which decays. That which decays means that which changes. So he says, I am the realm of change, as well as I am the changeless. We can't say realm of changeless. So the changeless also he is. The change also he is. If change is kshara, changeless is akshara. So he says, both are me, myself. Kshara also I am, akshara also I am, but I am beyond both of them, he says in the very next shloka. Beyond kshara and beyond akshara I am, he says. He supports both of them. He supports both the kshara, the realm of change, and he supports the changeless also. Because change and changeless are with respect to us. He is beyond both. So the vertical threads over there represent the changeless. The horizontal threads represent the change, the variable, the changeable, which goes in and we can see it moving beautifully, whereas the vertical threads don't move. Similarly, Bhagavan also, he is there in all of us. So in our life, we go through all dualistic experiences. Joy is there, sorrow is there, profit is there, loss is there, victory is there, defeat is there, heat is there, cold is there, praise is there, glory is there, insult and abuse is there, sickness is, health is there, ill health is there. So this is like going from left to right and from right to left, right to left, left to right and go and again right to left. Means one comes and goes, one comes and goes. In our lives we have seen nothing is permanent. Everything comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. Everything is coming and going on something. Something must be supporting it all. The horizontal threads are supported by the vertical threads. Similarly, what is it that supports all our varied dualistic experiences? It is nothing but Bhagavan himself. So therefore, in creation, Bhagavan himself is the warp and the woof. Till what, if a piece of cloth, we can find out its dimensions. Length and breadth is easily available for us. What is the dimensions or the length and the breadth and the thickness, depth of this warp and woof of creation which Bhagavan has created? We can't find out. It is infinite. He himself has become the warp. He himself has become the woof. He himself has expanded himself so much to include both the changeless, the one without a second, the changeless, upon which all change is taking place, the realm of change. Both he is. So up till our mind can go, and beyond that up to where our intellect can go, and even beyond that is Bhagavan. So how can we find out how much he has expanded? He has expanded to include everything, all inclusive. Nothing is excluded beyond it. Therefore, how to describe him? Sutantuhu. He has so beautifully expanded himself. The endless variety we have, the multiplicity that we recognize, the plurality that is there, everything is happening only in him. So that piece of cloth, equivalent to that is our life. Life itself is like a piece of cloth. So the various designs that we have, the patterns that we have, the embroidery that we have on the cloth is all our drama of life. So nice designs may be there, not so nice designs may be there, different colors are there, dark shades are there, light shades are there. Similarly, our life's shades also. Experiences okay, experiences not okay, experiences good, experiences not so good. So the entire music and dance and drama of life, all of that, of all of us put together, all the worlds, is all likened to the warp and woof. So who is responsible for it? Bhagavan alone is responsible for it. Again in the 7th chapter of the Gita he says, there is nothing beyond me. Matta parataram na anyat kinchit dasti dhananjaya, he says. There exists nothing apart from me. Oh Arjuna, he says. I pervade and permeate. I go through everything. Just like the thread goes through the various pearls. If the pearls are transparent, we can see the thread. But if the pearls are not transparent, we can't see the thread that is going in. But we know that there is a thread going because all the pearls are held together by one thread. So just like how the pearls are all threaded together by means of one single thread which holds them all together, Bhagavan says, I hold everything together as one whole. So he is threading through everything. He threads through all of us. But what about the space in between two of us? Person A, person B, there is a distance between the two of us. Is he threading through in between us also? There is air over there. He threads through the air molecule. Supposing there is vacuum, vacuum also exists only in him. So where is he that he is not there? Therefore, it's a very beautiful term to indicate or glorify the Lord. So, tantuhu. Tantu vardhanaḥ. Vardhanaḥ means to increase. Tantu means no, we know now it is expansion. So, tantu vardhanaḥ means one who sustains all lineages. Everything has got a lineage. We have, whether it is the plant kingdom or whether it is the animal kingdom or whether it is the human kingdom, we all, it's called as the family tree, the tree of life. We are all familiar with it. Tree of life is there, family tree is there. What does the family tree indicate? Maybe great grandfather onwards we start. Then he and his wife, then come the next generation, then comes the next generation, then comes the next generation. That's how progress happens. So whether it is we human beings or whether it is plants or whether it is animal, this seed from this mango fruit is very, the fruit was very sweet. Therefore the seed from this I am going to sow. From out of that what comes out? A tree comes out. How will its fruits be? Very sweet. We say no, long ago I sowed a seed or I put a seed in the ground and that fruit from which the seed happened to come from was very sweet. The fruit was very sweet. See how it replicates itself, or we can say it duplicates itself. So everything has to get sustained. Who is responsible for all that? Bhagavan is responsible for all that. We can say tree of life, we can say family tree. Everything is maintained by him only. It's not just that, oh, our lineage. Our great grandfather was there, then grandfather was there, then father was there, then we are there, then our children, grandchildren, etc. It just doesn't mean physically our vamsha that we say is being maintained. Even the subtle art, the talents that we have, everything has to get nurtured and nourished. How does it come? Mostly it comes hereditary. From the father to the son, from the father to the son. Very often we see it. A sculptor's son will be a sculptor. More or less, exceptions are there. A painter's son. We know how beautifully, so many of our skills, art forms, toy making, carpet making it can be, or even as simple as silk sari making, how beautifully they do everything. Everything comes through all our talents and art forms and traits are all handed over through generations, including knowledge. That is why we have the Guru Shishya Parampara. Who maintains even the Guru Shishya Parampara? Bhagavan makes sure that the Guru Shishya Parampara is also going on. Why? We need the knowledge. How will we get the knowledge if somewhere over there that lineage gets stunted? So therefore, Lord makes sure that everything is maintained very, very beautifully. That's why in our tradition, we give so much of importance to lineage, dynasty, sampradaya, we say. Because whatever it is, whether it is art form or culture or knowledge, anything, skills, most of it is handed over from one generation to the other generation. How did we get all this knowledge? It is the Guru Shishya Parampara. That is why we, on Guru Purnima day, we salute the entire Guru Shishya Parampara. Because whatever we have today has been handed over to us through our Guru, who he got it from his Guru, etc. So similarly, even in the family also, family traits, We very often say, grandmother was a very good cook, therefore my mother is a very good cook, therefore I am supposed to be a good cook. We say that. Why it gets handed over? Simple things I am giving example of. So who makes progress? So everything has to get nurtured and nourished, maintained, and everything has to progress. Otherwise life becomes status quo, stand still. Bhagavan makes sure that everything is very, very dynamic and moving. So therefore, sutantuvardhanaḥ. So he is the one who makes sure that everything is moving forward. One generation goes, another generation must be ready. This generation goes, another generation must be ready. So only then we can even talk about evolution. So sutantuvardhanaḥ. The next three namas, we can take them together. Indrakarmā, mahākarmā, kṛtakarmā. Karma means to do, work, activity. Indrakarmā. Indra is supposed to be the lord of the heavens. And how does Indriyanam? Indra. So who is Indra? Indra is the one who has got mastery over, control over all the sense organs. Indriyanam Raja Indra. So one who has got a mastery, or he's got a total control over all his indriyas. In us, subjectively, it represents the mind. Indra represents the mind. So indrakarmā therefore means one who performs very, very, very good, noble, auspicious activity or karma, which is for the good, for the well-being and for the welfare of everybody, including ourselves. Shreyaskara. So therefore indrakarmā, that is what it means. Lord always only does auspicious act. Whatever comes from him is always noble, good for us, auspicious. Maybe in the beginning we don't like it. We say, I don't know why God gave me this. I didn't want it. But in the long run, we will know that that was the best for us. Because he will never ever give anything to us which is not good for us, which is not good for our welfare and well-being. For all of us put together also. Therefore, he is the one who does, who in all auspicious activities come forth only from him. Indrakarmā, mahākarmā means great activities. Great doesn't mean only big, big, big. The small sometimes becomes big. Because if the small is not taken care of, the big will never be there. So when we read into mahākarmā, we shouldn't only think of size-wise, large, huge activities which become well-known, or we can very vividly recognize or see. Even small things, insignificant things are big. Sometimes we are unable to recognize them, but they are also equally mahākarmā. Because if that small little activity was not, if that one small little step had not been taken, then it would not have led to something very great or something very noble for everybody to recognize. So mahākarmā means both. It doesn't mean only big activity. Mahākarmā. He sent the rains down, or there somewhere an earthquake was there, a volcano was there. Everything happened like this. Eclipse was there. Mahākarmā. The small also over there. Very, very small little things. Even our eyelids closing and opening. In the 5th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita it comes. Who is responsible for it all? Bhagavan. It's so insignificant. We are very often closing our eyelids and opening, closing it. It's become a part of us. What is so great about it? But it is a mahākarmā only, in the sense, if we refrain from closing our eyelids and then opening them, it will hurt us. So it may be small, it may be negligible, it may be insignificant, but still it is a mahākarmā. Because when we do open and close the eyelids, it's very comfortable for us. So mahākarmā means both. At the cosmic level, universal level, and at the individual level. At the micro level and at the macro level. Everything small, up to big. Mahākarmā. Kṛtakarmā. Kṛtam means one who always, whenever he does any activities, one feels very fulfilled and blessed. So all his activity, he is one who has fulfilled himself in all activities. Bhagavan's sankalpa is there. So he wills to do something, he wants to do something, it gets executed. And how does it get executed? Will it be in vain? Will it be negative? Will the end not be reached? It will be reached. So whenever we think of something, we decide to do something, we will for something, I want to do this, then we enter into the field of activity to perform the activity. Why? We want to reach the end of it. We want the karma phala. And if we don't get the karma phala, we say, I was unsuccessful, I feel very, very unfulfilled, I am not at all contented. But supposing the karma phala comes to us when we have performed the activity which took place because we had a desire in us, then we say, I feel so blessed, I feel so fulfilled, I feel so fortunate because I got what I wanted. In the case of Bhagavan, he is always kṛtakarmā. Whatever he chooses to do, ultimately the result is 120% work. Never ever does Bhagavan fail in any of his activities. Most often we fail. 100 activities, very few we can say I have succeeded in it. Or I feel blessed, I feel fulfilled. Most of it, there is a discontentment, dissatisfaction. We feel so unfulfilled. But Bhagavan's is not that case at all. So, kṛtakarmā, he is the one who is always ever fulfilled and fulfilled and fulfilled. He needn't have to say it, but it's always kṛtakrityata is there. So why his sankalpa is satya sankalpa? Ours is not sat sankalpa at all. So he is sat sankalpa when he enters into the work, into the field, not that he enters like us, but the moment a sankalpa comes to him, immediately it gets fulfilled. So therefore when it gets fulfilled, it is kṛtakarmā. If he can imagine, he must be feeling, I have fulfilled whatever I wanted to fulfill. Therefore, kṛtakarmā, kṛtāgamaḥ. Agamaḥ means our scriptures, shastras. We are told all our entire bulk of knowledge can be classified into three. Prasthanatraya, we say. So Brahma Sutras are there, the Upanishads are there, the Bhagavad Gita is there. They form the main bulk for all of us. Upanishads are a part of the Vedas. So Agamas means scriptures, our scriptural texts. Kritam means to do. To do means to write. So kṛtāgamaḥ means one who is the author of all spiritual knowledge. Everything he only has given it to us. So in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita it comes. Bhagavan say, the Vedas I am. He himself is all the four Vedas. All the four Vedas means he himself is the Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda. Therefore he himself is the Upanishads. So Bhagavan in the form of the book is the Upanishad that is there in front of us. So he himself is the Vedas. Then somebody must have written it. Who wrote it? He himself has written it for us. Therefore, kṛtāgamaḥ. What is the contents? He himself is the contents. So he says in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Purushottama Yoga, he says, I am the content. I am the author. I am the Veda itself. I am the one who gives it out also in the form of the Guru. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. And who is the one who is receiving it? I myself receive it in the form of the disciple. So Advaita philosophy, one without a second. So kṛtāgamaḥ means one who is the author of all. So everything he has given to us. So kṛtāgamaḥ,